and welcome to a brand new Draw With Me video. Today I'm doing a Valentine's Day theme sticker sheet and I've brought back the voiceover. So my last video I didn't do a voiceover, I just added some cozy music and some subtitles, and loads of you got in touch and said you actually loved the voiceover because it's some company as you work. A lot of people watch these Draw With Me's when they're working and drawing along, and I thought I'd do a chatty one again because you guys seem to really like that. So I've got a mix of cozy music and the voiceover for you today, and I'm just going to chat through my process, how I decide on my sticker sheets. I decided to do a theme this time, and seeing as it's the beginning of February, I thought it would be great to do a Valentine's Day one. I've never done a really topical seasonal sticker sheet before. I normally do themes just that I love. So usually you'll find my sticker sheets all about coffee and time out and cakes and all that sort of thing. So this one's a little bit different for me. I've also been working from home a lot more. If you are new to this channel, you might not know, but I have a studio and it's quite a big space, and I usually do all my videos from there. I record there, I edit, but I've just been trying to spend a little bit more time at home. I have a toddler and I was really missing spending time with him at home. So what I'm doing is filming more in the evenings, and that's why I thought it'd be cool to set up this cozy lighting, kind of Valentine's Day colours, and actually just draw from home. As a mum, it's not always possible to get to the studio anyway, so I'm really trying to utilise my space at home. So I've set up a desk, set up some lighting, and I'm filming at night when my son Freddie is in bed. I'm sure loads of you can relate to this. We're always trying to work during nap time or bedtime, and we've just got to use those short bursts of time to get stuff done. So for the sketching stage, I'm using my very own Silky Sketch. It's great for those rough sketches, and it's also really good for adding texture to your pieces. You can increase the size and it adds a really nice kind of grainy texture. So that's available to download in the link below. So I'm trying to show you every stage in the sticker sheet. The first stage, of course, is the sketching stage. Well, actually, I guess the first stage is deciding what to draw in the first place, but I found all my reference photos from Pinterest. And I always use Pinterest. I think most artists do. And it's a really great way to find reference photos and inspiration for what to draw. I've said this in a previous Draw With Me video, but it's still really true. And it's just that it's so scary to share the sketching stage because it's not a finished product. It's nowhere near what I imagine this sticker sheet to look like at the end. So sharing these sketches, really rough drafts, I think for pretty much any artist is scary, but I'm trying to encourage and trying to step out of my comfort zone and share those sketches, because I think sometimes when we look at other artists, we see that they have these amazing polished finished pieces, and you don't really always get to see the initial starting sketch, and it's really easy to compare, especially on places like Instagram where everything just looks so great, and the reality is they have to start somewhere, and these sketches can be messy and not everyone shares them. So that's why I'm trying to share this sketching stage with you today. I think a few years ago when I first started my business, my illustration business, Fizz and Flourish, I don't know if I would share this. I think I've grown in confidence as an artist that I know and I understand that most artists don't draw perfectly the first time. It's just not reality, and there's definitely some artists out there that seem to just get it right, but you never know how many takes they had to get to that stage. And also the amount of hours of practice and dedication to get to where they want to be. So if you're feeling like everyone is better and a better artist, just remember everyone starts somewhere. And I think more than talent, it's practice, dedication, and the time that you put in to drawing and learning and developing your style. So I'm now onto my line art stage, so I lower the opacity of my sketching stage, create a new layer, and then I'm going into my brush pack and I'm using my bristly brush. I use this brush for so much of my artwork. I love the line art stage. It's my favorite stage. Not everyone uses line art, but I really love it. It's just the style that I've developed over time with a lot of practice, and I just love that it's textured. I like my line art to have a grainy look. I think it's a little bit different, and here I'm just going in over my sketch and tidying it up, adding a few more details at the same time. So because it's a Valentine's Day sticker sheet, I thought it'd be nice to try using a red colour for my line art instead of the black that I usually use. You'll see in a little bit that I decide not to do this in the end, and I go over it with the Alpha Lock, and I think it's because it really worked well on its own, like the red against the pink background, but when I started adding colour, you'll see in a minute, it just didn't really stand out against the colours. Since drawing lots of sticker sheets, I've really realised that I love drawing food. I don't know why, I just find it really interesting to draw, and maybe that's my thing now. Maybe I just like drawing food. But these little chocolates at the bottom of the sheet, and the little sweethearts, and the cupcake, I just really enjoy drawing them. So maybe I'll do more food sticker sheets. I've got a really exciting Draw With Me video coming up in the next couple of weeks, and it's like my favourite food theme. So watch out for that. If you want to see that, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you get a notification when my videos go out. I'm trying so hard to be really consistent here on YouTube. I have grown an amazing community, and I'm so grateful. I absolutely love reading in the comments that you find things useful and you're learning things from these videos. I think sharing the whole process is a really good way for people to pick up on hints and tips that they wouldn't normally find out about from shorts or reels, because they go so fast that a longer form Draw With Me video I think is a great way to view someone else's process and finding out ways you can implement that into your own work. Today's video is sponsored by my friends over at Domestika. Now, because you clicked on this video, stick around because I think you're going to love what I'm about to show you. Domestika offer high quality creative courses, and this kawaii illustration course by Ilaria Renauro on how to create charming characters is up there with the best. She not only dives into the basics of kawaii illustration from facial features to body proportions, she also shows you how to create these characters by developing their backstory. Ilaria will not only guide you through the process of turning your characters into physical sticker sheets, she also shares her advice on how to start your very own kawaii sticker business. With the link below, you can grab 10% off her course, and that's on top of any discount Domestika are already running. That is a whole lot of learning. Okay, back to the video. So I couldn't help but buy some props for this video. Of course, I had to buy some love hearts, but it was quite good to read them and get ideas for what to write on these actual sweets. So we're on to the colouring stage now, and I'm using my bold block brush, which I really love because it can go into a really fine point and it's pressure sensitive. So there are much quicker ways of colouring in. You can use the selection tool and draw around your line art and then drag and drop the colour in. But to be honest, I just really like the therapeuticness, is that a word, of colouring in. It's just, I really enjoy it. I don't actually enjoy choosing the colours. I would like to do another video dedicated to that, because I know that's something that a lot of people struggle with, because there are things that I've done to try and get over that hurdle, because it's not something I really enjoy, but I do still enjoy the actual process of just colouring. And to be honest, I don't really enjoy tapping around the line art with the lasso tool. I find that really dull. So I'm just going to keep doing what I love rather than trying to speed up the process just to get the sticker sheet done. I think it's important to also enjoy the process of drawing and not just churning out things for our shop or for Instagram. So you can see that when I'm colouring in, especially red on red, that the line art just doesn't stand out, and I really love my line art to stand out. So what I'm doing is I'm turning alpha lock on, which means that when I colour on the line art, only the line art will change colour. It's not going to draw on any other layer of the sticker sheet. I much prefer the black outline. I don't know, it's just my style. Everyone is different. I decided to keep the word love as the red colour because I thought that was a nice touch. And other than that, I'm just getting back to colouring in. Now that I've got the black outline, I think the colours stand out a bit more, and it's actually helping me choose colours because I'm not distracted by the red outline. So what you might notice that's different in my other Draw With Me videos is that I do a really rough colouring stage where I don't worry about drawing inside the lines. And I don't really know why I didn't do this here because I do that on every other drawing, but I decided to just go with these colours and then tweak them after in gradient maps and adjustments. So I'll show you that in a minute, but usually what I would do is just do a really, really rough colour stage, tweak the colours, and then go in and colour in properly so that I can enjoy the process without worrying what colours to pick. Love these little chocolates, and I feel like I wrote this down as an idea, but I would quite like to do a whole sticker sheet just on chocolates. I think I could do some quite interesting shapes. Yeah, maybe they would be like designer chocolates or artisan chocolates. And I guess I will have to buy some as market research, which I am not going to complain about. I will do anything to make these videos better, and if it means eating a whole box of chocolates to myself, then that is okay with me. I decided to use the lasso tool for the present just because it was getting a bit confusing as to which line was which colour. I wanted it to be like a pink and cream stripe, and so I just did the lasso tool. And you'll see here that I'm selecting multiple areas, and I did a little short on this tip because not everyone knew that you could do this, but you can make multiple selections with the lasso tool. You don't have to make the selection, colour it in, and then make another selection. So if you aren't following me on YouTube, I started a PROCREATE tips series, and in each short and each reel over on Instagram and here on YouTube, I have shared top tips on PROCREATE. I've added them to a playlist so you can go through and watch them all, and it's a great way to learn something new that you might not have come across before on PROCREATE, so definitely go check those out. And now I'm getting into the gradient map. So this is where I'm tweaking the colors. So what I tend to do is I copy and paste the layer that I want to change the colors on. So in this case, I only want to tweak the actual sticker colors. So I go to settings, add, copy canvas, and paste. And then I'm going to duplicate this layer. So I've got 2 layers of sticker sheets. And then I'm going to go in on the duplicated layer and click gradient map, which can be found in adjustments. And then now I'm just going into the blending modes, and I'm going through through, seeing what I think looks good, and I usually use luminosity, but I'm using colors here that I don't usually use. So this took me a really long time to decide which gradient map was working with the colors and which ones enhanced the colors, what kind of look I was going for. So I duplicated each layer, I went through new blending modes, I duplicated it again, I lowered the opacity, and it took a while, but I really encourage you to try this. It might not alter the colors much, but it can really add some depth to your colors, and you could end up with a totally different look to what you started with. So I think it's a really good thing to experiment with and test out. A lot of people are really scared of gradient maps and find them quite intimidating, but if you duplicate the layer and work on that one, then you can always go back to the original colors that you had. Totally forgot to colour in the actual box of chocolates. I'm really pleased with this sticker. I think it's going to look great. And then because it's a sticker sheet, I'm now going in and drawing around with the monoline brush. I've added the stability so that the line is really smooth. A few people have mentioned that there are ways you can draw around your stickers without having to do this step. You can like find the points and expand it. I don't really know. I've not tried. I just quite enjoy doing this, so I'm not that worried about changing my methods for this. But if you think that would be something that you would find really useful, then definitely give that some research. I think this love cupcake might be my favourite. I don't know. Oh no, maybe the chocolates. It's hard to decide. So the lines that I'm drawing at the moment are my cut lines, and then I'm going to go in and draw my bleed line. So the bleed line I draw in black and I add it to the layer below the cut line. So the reason I draw it in black is just to see the contrast with the white cut line. I explain this in a bit more detail in my other drawing videos, so go check those out if you want to learn why I'm doing this. And once I've done that, I need to change the layer to white so that you can't notice any difference on the bleed line to the cut line. So to do that, instead of dragging and dropping on each individual black outline, what I'm doing is clicking Alpha Lock, and then I'm using a brush that is really big to draw. So I'm using the airbrush, maximizing it, going into the white color and just coloring it in, which saves a lot of time. So you can see the difference when the bleed line is there and then the cut line. This just makes it a lot easier when you're using your cutting machine. It means that you've got that buffer in case your cutting machine cuts slightly off center. So like most of my sticker sheets, I really like having a grid background. So what I tend to do is I go into the drawing guides just so that I've got something to follow, and I draw my grid on my background layer. I then go in and lower the opacity just so that it's not quite so confusing on the page. At the moment it just looks a bit busy, so I will go in and lower the opacity just so that it's a light pattern on the background. I don't straighten the lines. I like to keep them a little bit looser, a little bit wobbly, and I really love the effect. So I felt like the white around the sticker sheets was just a little bit bright, so I decided to colour them in slightly pink, not as pink as the background because I thought that just looked a little bit like too blended in. So I went in with a slightly lighter pink colour so that they still stood out from the page, but they weren't quite as bright as the white. So this is just preference, you don't have to do this. Most of my sticker sheets are usually white, but with the pink background, I just thought this looked really nice. And this is my sticker sheet finished. I'm so happy with it. I can't decide which is my favourite. I think the cupcake or the chocolates, the love letter. I don't know. You decide. Let me know in the comments below which is your favourite. And now I'm just doing the finishing touches with some font and lettering. I have the same layout on all of my sticker sheets, the same font. I like to keep them cohesive. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget you can download my brush pack in the link below, and you can also download this sticker sheet. You can print it off at home and cut it with your cutting machine. If you enjoyed this video, I've got plenty more draw with me videos, cozy art videos, art tutorials over on my YouTube channel, so go check those out and let me know what you're working on. I love to hear what you draw as you watch these videos, as I keep you company. So that's it from me. I think it is time for some more love heart sweets. Let's see what this one says. How appropriate. Love you. Okay, bye guys. Psst. If you want to learn how to actually make these sticker sheets, then head over and watch this sticker tutorial that I made. It's got everything you need to know when it comes to making Kiss Cut stickers. Okay, I really am going now. Bye.